Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Raquel.
I'm Jacob.
And this is Don't You Know? We'll get it together at some point, Jacob. We'll just both be like, Don't You Know?
I think that was great. It was like a whole intro.
Which is better than what we have. We have to start doing that. I think we did it for the very first episode, and I think we did it another time somewhere else, and then we stopped doing it. And people need to know who we are. We're important.
Yeah, super important. One of us more than the other.
Which we all know is me.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so some quick updates. Well, no, a lot of updates going on. So for the podcast updates, we have 2 new countries. We have Canada, Finland. So what's up, guys?
Hey, nice.
And I don't know if it's the same people, but they have listened to us, that we have had a listener from Michigan before. I don't think we ever mentioned it. So I'm going to go ahead and say we have a listener from Michigan as well.
Cool. Awesome.
And we have 1 new follower as well.
Sweet. We're like almost super popular.
Yeah. I don't know how long this episode will be because I am super sunburnt from today.
Yeah, she's red as a tomato.
Yes. And my arms are red. I might as well be a lobster. It hurts. I do not get sunburned very easily. Apparently, I have to be outside in the sun for 7 hours, and I'll get sunburned.
Well, what were you doing?
I was selling some of my Funko Pops.
Ah, that's right. You're selling them.
Yeah, I made $160.
Very nice. Is that profit?
Yep.
Sweet.
Well, I mean, I guess it's profit. I don't know how much I actually spent on those ones that I sold. I'm just going to say it's profit, because I'm not getting the money back from the other one. Anyways.
I see. Well, congratulations. Sounds very cool. Is it worth the sunburn?
I mean, I'm going to put it towards buying Pops for San Diego Con, so that's great.
Perfect.
The rest I think I'm going to put towards Japan.
Very nice.
It was very worth it.
Very cool. I have to comment. The audience cannot see it, but you have a Sharks in Space shirt, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, I guess you know what? It's pretty perfect for our new sayings. Instead of taking them to the street, we send them to the moon.
or just space. Just general space.
So what my shirt says, it's got some sharks in space, obviously, and they're wearing like these glass bowls as if they're astronauts.
They kind of look like they were trying to get the goldfish, but they got stuck.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they got sent to space.
And there's like some moons in the background, stars. Their shirt says Space Sharks because space sharks. So apparently, when we send them to space, they get eaten by space sharks.
We can send that screenshot that we got of when the image froze and you're wearing the shirt. You got the...
No, we're not going to do that picture. We're not doing that picture. What is wrong with you?
It's fun.
No, it is not a good picture. We are not doing that. It's not even your picture. No, you don't get to decide.
What's our second update?
Okay, my new shoes came in.
Very nice.
I don't know if you remember, I was talking about how I got like a $150 gift card for Famous Footwear. All 3 of my shoes came in. Really nice shoes. I really like them. One of them I had to return because they were too big. So I'm waiting on them to send out another pair.
Did your feet shrink or something?
No, they're Converse, and normally Converse run big. But I tried a pair of Converse when I was at the store and it fit. So I was like, okay, well, it wasn't the exact same style, but I figured since it was still the same brand, it would still be the same size. That was all a bunch of lies.
Oh,
so
darn.
It was too big. So I had to get another size. This is like the smallest size that they have for this style, so hopefully it will fit because they were really big. You know the white part of the Converse, like the very tip of your toe kind of thing?
Yeah.
My toes barely touched that part.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's way too small.
No, too big.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, your feet are too small. The shoes were too big.
My feet are
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And I couldn't even wear, like, big socks to fix that. Like, I don't think there's big enough socks for that.
No, because then you'd be kicking the ground with every step because you got a whole extra inch.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. A whole extra inch, you don't need it.
Is that what you say, Jacob?
If the shoe fits.
Okay.
Anyway, so how is this relevant to a podcast? We can't even see you, let alone your shoes.
Okay, anyways, I told you, we had a lot of updates that some of them did not pertain to the podcast.
Touché.
Pretty much all of them.
I don't even think I really have any updates.
Okay, let's talk about movies, because I saw so many movies this week.
You saw so many movies. I watched a movie as well. Why don't you open us up?
Okay, I'll do like 2, and then you do 1, and then I'll talk about the one I really, really like.
Okay, sounds good.
So I saw Life of Pets, the second one.
Life of Pets. What is this? Let me guess. Judging from just the title, this is a movie about cats and dogs, talking cats and talking dogs, and probably a lizard or something, getting up to hijinks, and they have to, like, stop a burglar from like stealing the family jewels or something.
Close. Have you never... Okay, Secret Life of Pets. It has, cats and dogs, obviously, but it also has a rabbit, who is played by Kevin Hart, and who is voiced by Kevin Hart, I guess.
Good distinction. I had no idea what you were talking about.
It is an animation. I guess I should have said that as well. And also it has a hamster or a guinea pig, one of the two.
I shouldn't have gone in with a reptile. You can't put reptiles on the main screen. You gotta have like something that everybody likes. Because people are weak. No, sorry, go on.
So it was pretty good. It was a little cutesy. It did have some adult jokes in it, and it was pretty good. I don't know. I saw the first one as well. I knew I enjoyed the first one, but it wasn't something memorable. And I really don't think this one will be memorable as well. It's just something to enjoy.
It's a little amusement. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you see it with your dad?
No, it was me and Nick.
Oh, okay.
We were going to go see it with our dad as well, but he ended up having to watch Grandpa. So me and Nick went instead, and we decided we would go see a movie with our dad on Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
Because we picked one that was super late. It was 11 p.m. So we figured someone's going to be at the house by 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Why are you making that face?
Most certainly. No, I wasn't making a face.
You're giving like a smirk, like, no.
I thought there was a part 2 to that punchline, and I was waiting for the audio delay.
No, it was just, we just picked a later movie so that way someone would be at the house.
Nice. Good thinking.
Yeah. Which didn't really help me out today because I was super exhausted because we picked a movie and we went and saw it at 11 p.m. I didn't get home until like 1 o'clock. I had to get up at like 5:30 to go to the pop meetup today.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like on 3 hours of sleep. It was lovely. Actually, I didn't go to bed until like 2. I got home at like 1. I didn't go to bed until like 2.
That sounds like a pretty rough weekend.
Yeah, and I'm actually not too sleepy. I'm a little exhausted, and some of it might be because I didn't get a lot of sleep, and some of it might be because I'm super sunburnt, and usually that tires you out for some reason. I guess your body is dealing with the trauma of your skin being burnt.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard something about it. It, absorbs a lot of blood to the area, and that's why it gets all red, and that's also why I don't remember. But I think that's why it gets red, is it absorbs all your blood.
Well, dang, it can release some of it already.
I think drinking a lot of water will help.
I do have a water right here.
Well, take a sip. Let's hear it. No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Get the sound effect. Bloop.
Whoop. Look.
Joel can make that sound. He goes, bloop, like that. Whoop.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I just kind of surprised myself there.
I didn't know I could do it.
No, that's the first time I've ever done that.
Oh, and it was recorded.
Yeah, perfect.
So, my brother and I saw Toy Story on Friday.
Nice.
Because he wanted to really see Toy Story. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I've seen all the other Toy Story. And plus, Andy...
It's number 4, right?
Yeah, it's 4. Plus, Andy and I, we go way back because we're the same age.
Yeah. I mean, we're in the target audience. That's true.
No, he graduated high school in 2010, which is the same year that I graduated high school in 2010.
You realize the older we get, the smaller the age gap gets, right? Back in early college, it was 5% of our life, but now it's only 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Anyways.
Yeah. Sorry, go on. I don't know why I'm such a curmudgeon. I need to loosen up.
Stop being so mean, Jacob.
I know. I'm a big bully. I can just do it from across the world because you can't hit me or something.
And he wonders why I troll him, because he's so mean to me.
Maybe this is why I'm mean to you, because you troll me. All right, sorry, carry on.
Correlation does not mean causation. We don't know which one came first, the chicken or the egg.
Oh, well, I had eggs for breakfast and I had a chicken for lunch, so
Oh, nice. I had a protein bar. Really. That's all I've had today.
I had oatmeal and Taco Bell.
Oh, don't sound it. Well, Taco Bell. Oh, man, I would like some Taco Bell and fries, but yesterday was my cheat day.
Other taco joints are available, but let's be real. Taco Bell in the house.
No, what I really want from Taco Bell is the taco fries, because they're apparently back, and I love those.
Nice.
They're the greatest thing ever. I get sad when I go there and they already got rid of it. I'm like, no, you should just keep it. Stop doing a limited time, because you just bring it back anyways.
But that's when they plan the CEO's vacation. So they just say, I want to go to the Bahamas in early summer, so we need to have the limited time. And everyone goes, oh, I gotta get these fries, and they surge in, and then he gets to have his vacation. It's business.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Toy Story. So the movie was pretty good. It kind of lacked a lot of adult jokes that you normally see in Disney. It was good. I enjoyed it. However, I think that, at least I personally, like the ending of Toy Story 3 more than I like the ending of this one. I thought the ending, because this is supposed to be the last one they'll ever make.
Okay. This is the most they've milked this cash cow for. They can't possibly.
And so for this to be the ending of the whole franchise kind of thing, I thought Toy Story 3's ending would have been a better ending for the franchise versus the ending for this one.
So, should we do I guess we can talk more generally and then we can do a spoiler alert because I'm interested in hearing about it.
You just gotta see the movie, Jacob.
Don't make me put my money into the machine any more than I already have to.
So, one thing that really bothers me about the movie, though, is they basically changed out Bo Peep's whole history.
How could they? So what, now she's big bad Bo Peep?
No, kind of, yeah. But
Really?
That's not what they changed about the history. Well, because, okay, spoiler alert, guys, spoiler alert.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Skip ahead. Woo woo, insert, boom.
Spoiler alert.
So much for staying general.
Okay, so Bo Peep becomes a lost toy. So basically she's gotta make it on her own.
Oh.
And so she's kind of like out in the wild.
Oh.
So she, of course, toughens up. Not on the wild. You find her at a playground, but out in the wild.
Oh man, that's kind of a funny thing. It reminds me of when SpongeBob goes down to the other bus stop in the shady area.
Oh yeah, uh-huh. So, but basically in this one, they have her as a toy for Molly, which is Andy's little sister. In the way that they tell the story, it makes it seem that Bo Peep came into the household because of Molly. And she's also part of a light. So she's not just like a toy, she's part of a lamp.
But she was always Molly's toy, though.
She becomes Molly's toy, yes.
No, I thought that originally in the first one, she was Molly's toy.
See, in the first one, I guess we have to actually go back and look. Or someone can tweet and let us know. But I thought she was Andy's toy. She was there at the very beginning. And then when Molly was born, she became Molly's toy. Are you going to Google it?
Yeah, I'm Googling it right now. I muted the mic. I'm curious now, because I thought that he either stole her from the toy box just to be the damsel in distress for Woody to get, or it was just a shared toy box.
Well, because, see, the thing is in the first Toy Story, there is no Molly. Until, I think, maybe midway or the end.
Wait, I'm confused. Are we talking about Bo Peep or Molly is?
Molly wasn't in until, I think, at least halfway in the first Toy Story. She wasn't there to begin with. But Bo Peep was there at the very beginning.
That's who I meant. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, Molly, the girl. I'm sorry. I was thinking Molly was a toy. Yeah, okay, I'm caught up now.
And so, but they make it seem like Bo Peep came into the picture because of Molly, because she was afraid of the dark, so they got Bo Peep's lamp.
Okay.
But
I see.
I'm pretty sure she was there before then. Not only that, but Bo Peep was never part of a lamp. She was like a Barbie doll kind of thing, not a porcelain doll, which is what they make her seem like in this one.
Yeah.
And then Bo Peep also had 3 sheep, separate 3 sheeps. In this Toy Story, now all the sheeps are combined together to make one big sheep with 3 heads.
Hide your sheep.
Yeah, but she had 3 separate sheeps before.
Huh. I don't know. Maybe Sid got hold of them. I'm reading on Pixar.fandom.com, and the quote is, she says something about this. I guess it's their intro at the beginning of Toy Story 1, and she says, "What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?" And Woody giggles, and he says, "Oh yeah, and she says, "Remember, I'm just a couple of blocks away," which is very seductress of her, but also I think, wouldn't that mean she's in the other room?
See when Molly is born.
Oh, was that even before Mom?
If Molly's not born at the very beginning of the Toy Story movie, but Bo Peep is in the very beginning of the Toy Story movie, then she can't be.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
And see, and that actually proves another one of my points, which is that Woody and Bo Peep are together in the very beginning. But in this Toy Story, you can tell they have a romantic attraction, but they're not boyfriend or girlfriend. They're not together.
It says Molly Davis is Andy Davis's sister. She appeared as a 1-month-old infant in Toy Story. And as a 5-year-old in Toy Story 2. So she was a 1-month-old baby. They could have got her earlier. And it seems like Bo Peep and Woody don't know each other. So it sounds like they just met from the little quote.
Here's the thing, though. In the story, they say that Molly was afraid of the dark.
As a 1-month-old infant, it's possible.
I don't think
Unlikely.
so. I think it's stretching it. Anyways, okay, so that's it for Toy Story.
This plot hole. We'll have to go to Reddit.
Yeah. Reddit. Check it out. Let us know if you guys know. And let's do yours movie.
My movie wasn't anything special. I watched In Bruges. It's a crime thriller. Not really a crime thriller. It's about these two hitmen who have done a hit.
Oh, you and your hitmen.
I love hitmen. And this is one of my favorite movies. I've seen it a bunch. I watched it with a friend of mine. Shout out to Ariel. Anyway, we were watching it and it's so good. It's about two hitmen who I'm not going to spoil anything because it's like the first 5 minutes. Something goes wrong, so they're out in a hideout in this town that one of the guys really likes and is very historical and like cultural, and he's like going through, look at the buildings and everything. The other guy is like, does not care. He just wants to go out and drink beer and just be the party guy. And so they're kind of
like me.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
kidding.
They're kind of butting heads, and
I don't like beer.
Well, he'll drink anything, I think. It's a very funny movie. It's rated R for good reason, but it's pretty funny. It's very enjoyable. Pretty well done. It's like you have some of those like cinematography and everything. It's like there's this one scene that's really, no spoilers again. There's just like really intense, and you got the two guys, they like want to kill each other, but they're just like sitting down, just talking because it's really good. And so it's like a real calm scene, but there's so much tension anyway.
But you like that about the Western movies too, like the one scene where everyone like stares down.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that makes sense that you really like that scene then.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
It's basically the same concept.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's the calm before the storm. And that movie is very much a Western thing. Like there's this, like, I mean, it has a shootout. Anyway, it's good. Raquel, I recommend it for you sometime. I'd be interested in hearing how it went. And for the audience, just be warned, it's they say a lot of bad words. That's all I'll say.
Oh, you would do this, and I have to watch it because you called me out on the podcast.
You don't have to. You just message me on the side. But it's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
My friend, she said that she didn't like the ending. I won't say anything about the ending, but it was fun.
Okay, so you just told me that I'm going to have to watch this whole movie, and then at the very end, I'm not going to like it.
It's got Colin Farrell, I think, and it's got the guy who plays Mad-Eye Moody, and it's got the guy who plays Hagrid in it, and it's got a dwarf.
And it's got a dwarf.
I'm not just being insensitive. That's like one of there's the party guy meets a dwarf and really likes him. Anyway,
nice.
Moving on. You said you had a third movie that you were really interested to see.
Not interested, I did see.
That you were interested in seeing and did see.
Okay, there you go.
I remember you were planning for it a long time ago. I already know what it is. I know what it is, and you don't. Haha, listeners.
They're about to know right now. So, the movie that we went to see with our dad was, of course, Chucky.
Dun dun dun.
No. My dad used to do the rap really well.
Oh.
So this movie, I was kind of iffy. The trailer was making me even more iffy because I didn't like how the doll looked.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that doll, is not very scary looking.
I've just looked them up now.
But you actually look, you see him move in the movie, and you realize he's still not very scary, but he's definitely very creepy, which kind of makes him scary. Whereas Chucky was just scary.
Oh, I see. He's a scary doll, but didn't really do anything.
Yeah, and this one is just kind of a creepy dog, but he's the creepy enough to where it starts to scare you a little bit kind of type thing, you know? It gives you creepy enough vibes that you wouldn't want to be in the same room with it.
I gotcha. Oh, I just found it. Okay, I was having a hard time finding the one from this movie. Yeah, I see what you mean now. Now it's a little, he's still, okay, so if you think about it, I'm looking at this doll and I'm thinking about, so obviously I know that, I've seen Chucky with, the scarred up faces and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually seen any Chuckies, but I've seen the doll.
For shame.
And so it's you see it and you're like, okay, it's a spooky doll or whatever, but it's almost too spooky. Whereas this one where it's so spooky that I would just roll my eyes at it, you know? It's it's clearly oh, it's some spooky doll. But this one, if you look at it, you just think that the fact that it's this one looks like it could actually be a kid's toy. It's a really creepy kid's toy. But it could be in if I found this doll in my cousin's, if I had a little cousin with dolls still, and I found that in his or her toy box, it would be really creepy and believable, but creepy. So I don't know. I think it does pretty well. Wait, does Mark Hamill voice Chucky?
I'm not sure who it is. I don't know the voice. I don't know actors very well.
I'm just scrolling down, and it's got a picture of them two next to each other.
Oh, well, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like he did.
The thing, though, when I first started watching, also, by the way, I had to, kind of get over the voice of Chucky because I'm so used to the other voice.
Oh.
So that was one thing you had to kind of get used to.
You know what Mark Hamill is? He did, Luke Skywalker.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I guess I'm not really big on Star Wars, but...
Yeah, neither am I. I'm a casual, but...
So, his movements make him, even more kind of creepy and scary. I, for one, would not be buying any toys looking like that. I think it's creepy. I don't know, why anyone would buy a toy looking like that. So, what makes this Chucky so much better than the past Chuckies that they have done, and I'm not saying better than the first one. I mean, it's still a really good movie. It does live up to the first one. I'm not saying better, not saying worse, but definitely better than the recent ones that they have done, is that previously the Chucky has always been kind of voodoo. Mm-hmm. This one is like an AI.
Ah, interesting.
So it can control stuff like in your house, like your TV, your thermostat, anything that's by this one company that makes Chucky. If it's a product of their company, Chucky can control it. Like Chucky can even control like this police car, like toy car that drives around and has like a speaker.
Ah, I see. Interesting. So it can tell the smart home device to lock the doors.
Yeah, basically, if your house has product from this company that does that, Chucky could do it. And like Chucky control like other toys that hook up to, it's almost like the cloud for Apple. Anything that hooks up to this company's cloud, Chucky can control.
Interesting.
And so this is like kind of, and he'll learn from you. So he imprints on someone and he learns your behavior and your schedule to better help you. So like if it knows that you need this book for this class, it can be like, oh, here's your book for your class.
My schedule's pretty easy. He would have no time. He would have no trouble typing me.
And so this is like a very possible kind of thing. And I kind of like how they went from this approach. Because back in the time that when Chucky first came out, I can see voodoo. People would be scared of voodoo because that's something that kind of was probably that generation. This generation, we're getting so technically advanced that AI stuff, yeah, that would scare people because it's a really big possibility. I mean, just look at Alexa. Alexa could pretty much ruin your whole life.
Yeah, right? Chucky just has to say, Alexa, upload gallery to Facebook. Boom.
Oh, my God.
So many lives ruined.
Okay, so in the original Chuckies, you always had Chucky kind of doing surprise kills. That's how he was able to kill people, they thought he was a harmless doll, and then next thing you know, they got stabbed.
He shanked me.
The newer Chuckies, you had a lot of people kind of standing and like screaming as they watch the doll kind of run, even though it's more like a child run, not even like a full-grown, like fast-paced, you can't outrun this doll kind of run. Watch this doll run up to them and stab them. Like, he has the knife all up in the air, you know he's got a knife, he's running towards you, and you kind of just stand there and scream. Yeah, like, that's so stupid. This Chucky basically gives you no choice, like, to defend yourself. Huh. As in, he'll put you in a situation where your hands are basically occupied with something else.
How many situations could you be in like that? Preventing something from getting crushed.
Yeah, like preventing stuff from being crushed, preventing, like, I don't want to give away the deaths.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
So, with the ability to control everything, though, it does leave kind of options where he could be controlling something by connecting to it, where you're going to have your hand occupied trying to hold it off or whatever.
Yeah.
While he comes up and stabs you.
Dang, nothing like getting stabbed by a doll.
It's good. It's very believable. It's more believable that you would die from this toy if your hands are occupied and you can't defend yourself.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Than you to see the toy come up and stab you.
Yeah, I'd just be shocked. That makes sense. So it's a little more, he plans it out. A little more believable that way.
Yeah.
I gotta say, you mentioned being scared of, like, technological stuff. I gotta say, one of the biggest thing that creeps me out is, like, and this has been done so many times, but when, like, Supernatural gets near to a video camera and it starts to, like, flicker out, like, so many things to this. Fatal Frame, I think, was probably the first one, and then Slender was a lot of that. But Silent Hill is the one that really, like, showed me that, is the radios. How they get all staticky when you get near the monsters. That is, like, the freakiest thing to me. I do not like that. So if I'm like, but the TV I have in my room right now, it totally will randomly, I've never thought about it. What if my house is haunted? I saw the deeds. It's changed hands like 6 or 7 times. I don't know. No, I really don't think it's haunted. Like, that TV's just old. It's the only thing that does it.
It better be. If I come see you and that house is haunted, I'd be getting a hotel room, Jacob.
You love horror movies. Come on, you should know how to handle this situation.
I'm not going to say I believe in ghosts, but I'm not going to say I don't.
I'm not exactly out there trying to piss them off. Yeah, I'm not playing with Ouija boards.
Yeah, exactly. But Ouija boards are demons, not really ghosts.
Hey, you say specter, I say spooker. I don't know.
I ain't messing with that either, though. Demons or ghosts or nothing, and don't get me near a Ouija board. I ain't touching it.
I'll just play it safe. You're such a chicken. You're a chicken. Come on, just sacrifice this cat.
I'm a live chicken, at least.
And so is this chicken, and so you cut its heart out on the pentagram. Let's go. No.
Okay. You ready to go into our topic?
Okay, on that bombshell.
Oh, and Jacob's showing his knowledge of satanic rituals.
No, that's a great segue, because I know the topic, and I totally did that on one of these. No, I'm just teasing.
Oh, God.
You know.
Oh, really? Exactly. No, God.
I know what you did. Oh, that's a little
Okay, so what our topic today is summer break. On summer break.
That's why I was going to say I know what you did last summer, but I had to wait for you to reveal.
Trying to ruin stuff, Jacob.
If they're clever, they would have picked up on the hint.
Let's go ahead and get right into it then. How about that?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
You want me to start off, or do you want to start off?
Don't you know, don't do any satanic rituals on your summer. That's only asking for trouble. I think we can bookend the satanic rituals for this podcast now. Or not bookend, but shut out or mention it enough.
Yeah, I'm not putting that in the tags. Okay, mine is a don't you know to the weather. Which is, don't you know it's supposed to be warm for summer.
Oh, is it not warm over there? It's like 100 degrees where I'm at.
No, it was warm today. Oh, obviously, I got
Well,
burned.
yeah, no kidding.
But it was like, I know, and not just here, but in Georgia, it rained. It snowed March 1st.
Did it? I don't remember that. It's pretty hot March 1st.
It was my senior year.
Yeah, your senior year, but not this year.
Anyways, I'm not saying just this, only
And
pertaining
March
to this
isn't
year.
even summer.
So every year. Spring starts in the 21st. I guess that's right. Yeah, okay, fine. Whatever weather, you get a pass this round. Okay, fine.
What are your, what's your idea of a good summer vacation? Like, okay, here you go. What's one of the biggest summer vacations you remember? How exciting.
It was most of the summer. Okay, so my parents are divorced, and we basically grew up with our mom. And so my mom was basically supporting 3 kids on one salary. And our dad would give child support when he could. So we didn't really do much, and mom didn't really have time to take off or for us to go places.
So they were like, stay at home, play video games, or the library, stuff like that?
Library? No. But yeah, stay at home, play video games, watch
I just go to the library
stuff
on
like
summer
that.
vacation to play video games and watch at the computer lab.
Yeah, our grandparents did stuff with us too. We did go to like the beach in Alabama, but most of the time we didn't go during the summer because our grandparents rented out the condo, and those were big time periods for them. So they couldn't book it because that would be losing money.
Oh, I see.
But they would take us like to the pool at their house, or we used to go to the water park at Six Flags. So stuff like that, small things. But we spent majority of it chilling at home, which is fine. That's how it was a very relaxing summer break. My favorite summer break, though, was probably the summer that we went out to California. And we were there for so long that we almost didn't make it back in time for school because we couldn't get on a plane back because we had buddy passes.
Oh, yikes. You've just been stuck there. This is our life now.
Yeah. And that summer, we also basically spent the whole time at Chuck E. Cheese.
At Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, my cousin worked there, and she was able to get us like a whole bunch of tokens.
Oh, man.
And then she was able to like lower the prices on some of the prizes so that we had enough tickets.
I see. Yeah, interesting.
So it was really good.
She's like, oh, what does this say? Oh, your ticket's worth double. Good for you. Congratulations. You're a random winner.
Yeah, so it was fun.
That would be pretty cool if, like, you're at Chuck E. Cheese and you play a game. Like, you know, like those games where, like, thing goes up and down and lands on a prize. If one was, like, ×2 tickets and then it prints out, like, a special ticket, maybe a silver ticket, and then you could have, like, ×5 for a golden. So you get that, and then however many tickets you turn in with that, people would abuse that, though. They just stay there. I don't know. Maybe they'd just be like, yeah, you abuse it if you want. Do what you gotta do. But you get, like, ×2 on whatever you turn in. That'd be cool. I got 500 tickets and a ×2. Oh, you got 1,000 tickets. Now you get that skateboard. Then it's like a foot long. It's a penny board. I played this game all summer.
So what about you?
Well, real quick, on those like arcades and stuff, are you the type to like, this is relevant to summer vacations, you go to like, we had a place called Easy Street. When you're playing games for tickets, do you play the boring games that give you a lot of tickets, or do you play the fun games that don't give you any tickets?
Both. Now, I may play more on one than the other, depending on what the prizes are. Like, I'll look at the prizes, and I look at the very big ones, obviously, and go, okay, I would have to save up tickets forever to get those.
I'd have to
obviously,
come
I'm
here
not getting any of
every
those.
day this year.
Yeah, so I'm not going to get those this time around. Because I didn't go to too many arcades. When we went to the bowling alley every once in a while, that's where an arcade was. So that we didn't go very often.
Yeah, realistically, it's cheaper to just buy those top items. Like,
So I looked into the more like medium/smaller range. And if I saw something in the medium range that I really liked, well, then I would play more of the ticket games.
Mhm.
If I didn't really see anything I liked, then I would pay the fun games and then some ticket games because I want to feel like I accomplished something by getting at least a small prize.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I never thought of that. Just get a souvenir. I don't know. I just feel that was a turn, like a coming of age, like they, not coming of age, but like a turn. I could tell I wasn't a kid anymore when I was like, nah, I don't need all the plastic spider ring. I'm not going to have fun playing this spin around light stopper game. Because it's stupid. I hate that game. But I give you the most tickets.
Coming of age for me was when I didn't buy all that stupid stuff that I was just going to throw in the trash and instead just ate candy because I knew it would be quick and gone and done.
Yeah, it's a different way of looking at it. No, I was always like, man, I'd rather go play like the
deer hunting one.
Yeah, exactly. The shooting games. Something like that. Or racing. Sometimes I do a racing game. That was pretty fun. Or you go around. We got Rigby's over here, and you can do like the basketball games too. Or we got there's a few different ones. There was one that was really good. It was like it was a Pac-Man based tabletop game, like the table tennis.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, not table tennis. What's it called? Air hockey. It was one of those. Have you seen this one with a Pac-Man?
Yeah.
And it drops all the little plinker things down. That was the coolest thing. And you get like 100,000 little chip things. Oh, that was so much fun. And we played that a few times because we would just get the pass. It was me and Joelle and Sally. And we would just play with the we bring them down. We like make up our own rules. So instead of pushing them into the other one, we do where you had to get as many into your own thing as you could, and it's the whole different game because now it's a grab 'em all. And then there was something like we had another little variation that was pretty fun. We played that game for like 30 minutes, just all these little things everywhere. That was pretty fun. No tickets though.
At Dave & Buster's, they have this new thing where it's a VR with the seats that move, and it's a shooting game one.
Oh, cool. That's pretty fancy.
Yeah, they change it depending on whatever movie's coming out. So, like, right now, it's Men in Black. Before that was Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's interesting. Very cool. That's got to be a major, collaboration deal somewhere, because...
Yeah, probably.
I like it.
Don't you know, you have to go to a pool, water park, or beach during your summer break. At least once.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Or a pool party, maybe.
Well, that's the pool.
Yeah, fair enough. I was thinking like a public pool.
I didn't say you have to get in. I just say you have to go.
No, why would you not get in, though? If you're going to a pool, you got to jump in, right?
A lot of times I didn't go into the pool.
Oh, I love swimming.
At pool parties. I do like swimming, and I did for the longest time. And then it got to the point where I didn't like playing in the pool. I like to do laps in the pool, but I didn't like playing. There's lots of kids around. It's like, okay, you can't really do laps when there's kids all jumping in and playing around. But you know what? The pool is for them. So there's not anything you can complain about.
Yeah. Yeah, I swim like a fish. Or an otter, maybe.
No, not when I saw you trying to surf.
I did fine. It wasn't the swimming that was the issue. You ever seen fish can't surf. I don't know if otters can either. Can anything surf? Dogs can. I've seen dogs surfing.
Yeah, dogs can surf. I've seen...
But that's a lot. Now, hold on, though. Because a dog cannot stand up bipedal while he surfs. That's just crazy. Maybe they could.
I've seen dogs skateboard by themselves.
Yeah, but standing on 4 legs, it's not skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
That's the equivalent of sitting on your butt and going down a hill.
Yeah. It still involves balancing, because they gotta try to get all 4 of those feet onto the thing and balance.
I like how I'm gatekeeping animals surfing.
You just don't want to be outdone by some animals. I
think animals are dumb and don't deserve any attention for just existing and having fur. That's so weak. No. I want a real strength-weakness thing. That's twice I've mentioned weakness.
Okay, here's our section where Jacob isolates all of our fans.
Yes. Who do we have today? Let's see.
All the pet lovers. Bye-bye. I'm sorry. I apologize for him.
There are actually no pets in my house this week. They took the doggos. Oh. Yeah. And actually, well, I say no pets. There is a spider and a fish, but they
don't count.
I think my snail died today or recently. It's just been a little shell. He hasn't come out in a little bit. So I think it's up to 3 days. I've got him in a little side tank. So if he is dead, he's not polluting the water. But he's in there and I've got a little piece of food and he hasn't come out to go get it. So I'm like, I'm Googling and they're like, mystery snails live about 1 year. And I'm like, yep, it's been about a year. So F in the comments. Rest in peace, Charizard.
You named him Charizard?
Yeah, it's a big old gold snail. They're pretty cool. Snails are really cool. If anybody here has a fish tank and it's freshwater. I mean, I guess they're saltwater fish, but I got a gold mystery snail. Just plop them in there. He climbs all over. They got a little head. They got a whole head with like whiskers. They're pretty cool. Anyway, they're like big gummy bears. Kind of weird. One time Joel caught him. He was feeding him for me. And he dropped an algae tablet in and he put it it balanced like right on top of the shell. And then like a little bit later, he sends me a picture or a video. He had like grabbed the algae tablet and was like eating it like imagine like a big teddy bear just eating like a massive cookie. That's what he looked like. It was hilarious. I'll have to see if I can find that maybe. It's so funny. He's just... They're awesome. They're really cool. Snail fanatic over here.
Okay. Don't you know, as an adult with no kids, summer break is like one of the worst things.
How so?
Okay. All of a sudden, there's kids everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they come out like they've been in a dark hole for months, which I guess technically they have been, and now they're everywhere. I was waiting for the bus, and there's kids on the corner skateboarding.
Oh, how dare they?
It's whatever. As long as, like, they don't hit me or hit any cars driving by. That's one thing I was worried about. They're trying to do tricks. And actually, one of the times, the skateboard did go out into the street. But luckily, there was no cars going by.
I did that once, and I threw it right in front of a car, and I felt bad. He honked at me, and I was just like, sorry, I know I did the thing. It happens. Can't get better without tossing a few skateboards.
There are skate parks to practice your tricks. Venice Beach has that huge skate park.
Yeah, but you're not going to go all the way over there. These kids don't have cars.
They could take the bus. There's buses to go to Venice Beach like crazy. It's safer than trying to do it in downtown where there's cars everywhere and now scooters.
Be careful, kids. And wear your helmets. Don't be too cool. Getting your brain split open isn't cool.
So
I used to fall asleep watching like compilations of skateboard accidents and stuff. Oh my goodness gracious. People are crazy and they try some crazy stuff. Like you would think that like you'd get like a handful of videos of people like jumping off of buildings. Just like, no, there are handfuls of videos of people jumping off of buildings and stuff like that. Like, guys, y'all are crazy. And what's nuts is when you see these people wipe out hard over and over and over, like the same person trying the same stunt over and over and just busting out on the concrete over and over, and then he finally lands it and just like celebrates, and I'm like, oh my gosh, your ability to withstand just so much punishment is just crazy. Like maybe they're all just on so many drugs or something. That's probably and we've alienated the skateboarders. I'm just
That's
teasing.
Okay. They're probably high and they don't remember it the next day. So.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Ay. No, but it's crazy. Like, I mean, I get knocked down, but I get up again. I hate that song. That's a stupid song. But yeah, keep going. Keep trying. Do your stunts. And wear a helmet. Even Tony Hawk wears a helmet. And all the kids go, who?
So, another thing too, plus, the kids might be out, but I still gotta go to work.
Oh, yeah. Back to summer.
And that makes me think about this photo that I saw, well, picture I saw on Facebook, which it says, Summer 2019, in 3 words, I'm at work.
Yep, that's the thing. Don't you know, your summer vacation ends when your school ends. Mm-hmm. And really, honestly, like, I mean, I guess a lot of kids will, like, get jobs in between class. Well, I don't know. I guess you can only do that, like, junior and senior year, usually. But, like, I know for college, I've come home and get a summer job.
Some people take vacation during summer, so I guess they get their summer breaks.
We did a vacation once. We went to Ireland over summer a few years back. That was pretty cool. We went to Colorado another time. We were visiting a college, though. We were college hunting.
Oh, okay. Also, the most important part is it's hot. That is why summer sucks.
Unless you're in the southern hemisphere.
Which leads me to one of my don't you knows, which is, don't you know, stick to the shade. It's like 10 degrees cooler.
Oh, yeah, sure. And wear like a hat. Summer hat, not a winter hat. Winter hats are thick. Summer hats are thin. They keep the sun off your face.
Okay, so I guess I kind of want to quickly do this article, because we are going to try to do an article every episode.
Yeah, gotta stay fresh in the research.
Yeah, I couldn't really find anything about summer break specifically, but I did find this, and it talks about how the seasons of your birth may affect your behavior. I'm going to post this article.
Is this
if you're
natal
interested.
charts? Are you pulling horoscope stuff on us?
Kind of. Actually, in one of them, it straight up says, some people like believe in horoscopes or whatever. This actually has some studies behind that show and I'm blanking. Have actually studies supporting some of these claims.
Like scientific research.
Yeah, and it even has some reasons possibly why this is. Like, some of them might be like, oh, you have this season, they're more happy and stuff like that, probably because while they were in the stomach, they had more exposure to the sun because their gestation, whatever it's called, period.
Gestation?
Yeah. So, because I think it says, like, winter babies tend to be more like, I'll have to look, I can't remember exactly. But it says because they were exposed to more, like, vitamin D because of the sun, because it's sunny during that time.
That makes sense. And I've also heard similarly that in the winter, you're more cuddled up. I'm clutching my hands and arms as if I'm cold in and you're cuddling your stomach more. And so your winter babies are going to be more attached to your mom, maybe something like that.
Yeah. So, if you're interested in knowing about all the seasons, you're welcome to check out these articles. I figured we'll focus just really on the summer one only, because of summer break. So, let me go ahead and look. Babies born in the spring or summer are more likely to be night owls.
Born in the summer are more likely to be night owls. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because it says longer periods of daylight may prepare infants to be more active later in the day.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, which does. I mean, the spring and summer, the days are longer. So like that. So it's not like, oh, if you're born on this, then we'll give you a very generic description. Oh, that does pertain to me. This actually has, like, some of the studies show, okay, well, this might be why. Children born in late spring or summer are more likely to be diagnosed with emotional and behavioral disorders in school, one study shows. And this might be a greater exposure to infection in mid-gestation may be a factor. Because if you're born in the spring or summer, mid-gestation would be during the winter where it is more common for illnesses to be. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, sure does.
August tends to have the most births.
I wonder why. Let's count back 9 months. Is that February 14th, maybe?
It says, one theory is sinking temperatures 9 months earlier cause people to spend more time indoors.
I see.
And even says, and in between the sheets.
Oh, yeah. That's always a funny game to, like, embarrass your friends with. It's like, when's your birthday? And you go, what was 9 months before that? And all of a sudden they're thinking of when they were made, which, kind of want to.
I don't want to do that. I've done that before. I don't want to do it because it creeped me out. I don't want to do it again because I forgot. I put it in the back of my mind. I locked it away.
I think I'm an anniversary gift.
I know I was an accident. That's all I know. I'm pretty sure it was an accident. I think every one of my siblings have been an accident.
And my brother, who's born a day before me, but a few years after, same thing, I'm pretty sure.
Let's see here. Was a Israeli study that showed individuals born in summer or autumn are more likely to be seriously nearsighted.
Seriously nearsighted. What's the cause of that?
It says, it doesn't really have, it just says that's what the study found. It says birth weight, which varies with birth season, is one of the potential factors being considered.
Maybe more pressure on the eyes or something like
that. And then, okay, let me look at the other article. There are 2 articles, both talk about this, both have similar stuff, but there are some differences between them. Not so much difference as in this one says winter, spring, this one says fall, but so much as, okay, they found other studies that show this also pertains to those seasons. So you see a lot of overlap, but you also see a lot of new information provided for each one.
Yeah.
Like this one explains why there is differences, such as birth dates, in fact, mental traits, but environmental effects during the 3rd trimester, could be weather, amount of daylight, seasonal variations, and mother's diet are often the blame. So while people are like, oh, it's because I'm born in this day, it is because you're born that day, but it's because of these environmental factors, not just because you were born on that.
It's transitive property. A equals B and B equals C, so A equals C. But in this case, it's not.
Let's see what we got for summer in this one. This one also says night owls are in spring and summer. It says The seasonal difference is the biggest in males.
In males, oh, okay, I see. Being born. Not males being pregnant.
Yeah, no, it's saying that it sees the biggest difference with morning types being born in the fall and winter, and night owls being born in spring and summer. There's a bigger difference between the seasons in males. So there's more evidence to show for males than probably the slight for females.
Well, I go against the study because I'm very much a night owl, and I'm very much in the heat of December. So I should be
true.
A morning bird.
You should be a morning person.
But I'm not. I think it's more my upbringing after, though. I was always quieter down in the evenings, and I could stay up and do my own thing. Because my dad, who was born in the winter, is very much a morning person, so so he kind of set the clock. And then, it was just as long as I was quiet, I could just stay up in my room.
People born in summer are more outgoing, curious, imaginative, and less neurotic.
Interesting. Huh, I'm trying to think of more don't you knows for the summer.
Okay, and that's good for all the articles.
Okay.
Don't you know, you have to eat a popsicle during your summer break. You have to have at least one. Or ice cream is acceptable too, because you have the ice cream truck going through, but doesn't count as bad. Like, you still need to have your popsicle.
Pretty good. Now I do kind of want a popsicle. What's your kind? Like, what are you getting?
So, my favorite popsicle is...
Wait, you're the red, white, and blue ones, aren't you?
No.
Of course. Who's really likes those, right?
Those are good, though. I do
good.
like them, but like they're not my favorite, though. Yogurtland, they have a flavor for that rocket ship one.
Oh, nice.
My favorite is, I can't remember what the name of it is. I just know what it looks like and what flavors. Like, my favorite is cherry and pineapple flavoring one. It's like circular, kind of almost like a push, like a tube kind of like.
Yeah, the little push pop ones.
It's not push up pop.
Not a push pop, but in this sort of like circular wrapper. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Shape, but it's not in a wrapper of any sort.
Oh.
It's like in a plastic, obviously. They're individually wrapped.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay then. Yeah. And they also have like mango and pineapple or whatever, but my favorite is cherry. I don't really like mango that much, so my favorite is the cherry and pineapple. And it is Reese's favorite popsicle too.
How did she tell you that?
She loved... Okay, so in the summer, at my mom's house, at my mom's old house, where I grew up in, I guess there was a leak on the AC unit or whatever, so every year... and it always happened during the summer too, it would run out of Freon or whatever it is. And then the pipes would freeze up. Mm-hmm. So we would have to wait a day for the pipes to thaw out for the guy to put Freon in it. So it'd be like 85, 90 degrees up in the house. Yeah,
because that stuff's really toxic, so you can't just like vent it out. You gotta pipe it out properly.
So normally my mom would go to like my grandma's or something like that because she couldn't handle the heat. But my grandma has dogs. So we couldn't take my dog.
They get into fights and stuff?
Well, I think it was more along the lines of she just didn't want them, because they're not used to each other, she just didn't want them peeing and pooping all over the place trying to claim their territory. And so, I'm not going to leave my dog there. So, I stayed.
You toughed it out.
Yeah. I was eating popsicles because it was hot. And I was sharing it with Reese because I wanted her to cool down as well.
Yeah.
And once the AC was working... we still had popsicles, so I was, of course, eating them still.
You just throw them away. That's crazy.
And every time I'd get one, she would come up and, like, expect to get some of the popsicle.
Yeah, your dog's begging for food. How you know that was her favorite? And she wouldn't just eat anything that you gave her.
She didn't eat everything I gave her. So that's how I know it's her favorite.
Fair enough.
I used to give her fruits, and I gave her watermelons. And it took a long time for her to eat some of that stuff. But eventually, like, watermelon, I would constantly try to give her watermelon because it's such a good source of water. Oh, yeah. So during the summer, it's really good for her because it's, fruit, but also because it helps her get water without her having to go and drink water. I don't have to worry about her dehydrating.
Yeah, I'm thirsty for some watermelon.
Actually, I think we have watermelon.
Nice. I do not. I'll have to get some.
And every time I would give it to her, she would, like, sniff at it and just not eat it. And then finally, I would, like, kind of in my hand, like, putting it up against her face. Like, not shoving it in her mouth, but, like, putting it up against her nose, kind of like,
eat it! Why won't you just eat it?
And so and then she ate it, and then she, like, accepted that she liked it, and she would eat it.
Nice.
But then, like, if I did it, like, the week after, she'd forget that she liked watermelon, and she wouldn't eat it. And I'm like, oh my god, we gotta do this again.
It's funny.
Yeah, so, but the popsicle, she was, like, right up there. Like, come on, give me some!
Yoink.
She doesn't normally do that with other foods. So that's how I know she likes the popsicles, because she did that with the popsicle.
Nice. I like those little popsicles, the really cheap ones that everyone says cut your cheeks. I've never had them cut my cheeks. Are they just plastic sleeve ones that are the different flavors? Super simple. There's nothing wrong with that basic strategy. These
I
cut
don't
the tops.
actually know which one you're talking
You know what I'm
about.
talking about? The ones that are a million, they're just like long, thin rectangles. They're just little tubes, and you gotta cut the ends off, and you just eat them.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, they
Okay,
sell like
I know what you're talking
50
about.
of them in a little bag at this grocery store.
Yeah, I love those. I don't know what you're talking. I never cut my cheeks on them either. I don't know what those people are talking about either.
Yeah.
Send us a tweet if you've ever cut your mouth on one of those. Let us know.
Oh, they were so good. I want some of these now. Just looking at them, I'm like, oh man.
They're so cheap, too.
Yeah. Well, it's just like basically soda minus the carbonation and frozen, but they're tasty.
Yeah, at my old job in Georgia, because we didn't have AC, I bought like a huge pack of that and put it in the freezer so that we could eat that throughout the day to cool down.
Yeah, good thinking. You know, have you ever eaten one without freezing them? You just like cut it out and then go. It's like way too intense. It's not how they're meant to be consumed.
I don't think I have ever done it, but I do most of the time wait until it basically is pretty much all melted before I eat.
Oh yeah. You know what's always funny is that like one of the best things to do is when you like get a bunch and then you can like suck on it and slurp all the juices up out of the ice, but then you're stuck with just ice and it's like, oh, this is kind of boring.
Yeah. So what I do is like I'll get like a whole bunch of them because I can't just eat one. I eat like 5 or 6 of them, which is probably really not healthy at all.
I bet people would love it if I brought some of these into work. If I was just like, hey, I got a bunch of these, I'm throwing them in the freezer. Help yourselves.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Probably be king of the castle.
Exactly, you would. So what I do is I grab a whole bunch of them and I eat the one, but I take my time eating that one so it gives time for the other ones to melt. And I'll put it like somewhere where they'll get like warm. So that way when I get to that one, it will be like kind of melted. And then by the time I get to the very last one, it's almost all thawed out, but it still has some like cubes in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know just what you're talking about. That does sound pretty good.
So I'm the same way with ice cream though too. I kind of like it when it's all melty. Like, you know how I used to do this as a kid. Now that I'm an adult, I'm like, that is absolutely disgusting. Where it's basically, and I don't know if other kids, I think my brother used to do it, but he might have did it because I did it. So I don't know if other kids used to do this too. But you get the ice cream, you put it in your mouth and basically to make it melt and then spit it back out into the bowl.
Nope.
To make the ice cream get all melted. So it's like basically the consistency of a smoothie.
I don't know. Once food goes in my mouth, I don't want it back out.
Yeah, like I said, I realize now, as an adult, it was completely disgusting. But it was the quickest way to make it like a smoothie consistency. So
That's
it wasn't
funny.
completely liquid, but it wasn't like hard anymore.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever done that. But I know what you're talking about. It is kind of nice once it starts to melt. You can get a little more slushy in there. But no, usually for me, I like my ice cream real hard. And then, not real hard, but just like regular, I guess.
Yeah.
Then at the end, it'll get melty, but you just scoop it up with a spoon and it's just a little frothy, you know?
I like it when it's still that consistency is my favorite. But I also really like it when you're eating the ice cream and it has those little section where it's nothing but like the liquid. I love that part
Yeah,
too.
it's pretty good. You know what my favorite is when they have like the little chocolate chunks with like the caramel in them, like the little turtle shell ice cream. That's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like hard serve or soft serve ice cream more, or does it just depend?
Honestly, I think I like soft serve more.
How do you take yours?
I think so. I usually just get vanilla.
I used to get all sorts of weird stuff. Like I get like the caramel dip or something. But my mom, she always gets vanilla soft serve with rainbow sprinkles, and she was like, "Yeah, it's just light and it's perfect." And then I was like, "Yeah, that does sound pretty good." And I got it now. Now I think I kind of just get it as like a not tribute, but like a habit, I guess, or whatever. But that one's pretty good.
It's something that if they have soft serve, it's something that they're always going to have vanilla, and it's just simple. Yeah. It's easy, and
yeah, it's classic. What's wrong with it?
I don't like the chocolate one. So, because you usually have vanilla or chocolate or swirl.
Yeah.
And those are your 3 options usually. So I always just get vanilla. So it's just kind of, that's what I get is
the
vanilla.
swirl is fun though. Sometimes
I don't like the chocolate one, so the swirl isn't fun to me.
Yeah, the chocolate, sometimes it depends on where they're at, but sometimes the chocolate will be like, almost like, so you know how Yoo-hoo is like basically chocolate water? It's still really good, and I still really like it. But I think that the chocolate soft serve and some ice cream suppliers or whatever, like at the Calf back at college, that one was definitely like it. It was more like that Yoo-hoo kind of thing. But it's still pretty good. I don't know. It's not the same though. It's not like eating chocolate from like hard serve, like Ben & Jerry's or something. Other ice cream suppliers are available.
Man, we like product placement hard. Some of these places need to pay us, man.
Yeah, all these shout outs. We get corporate sponsors. At the end of the show, we just send special thanks to so-and-so and so-and-so. I'm joking, but you can line our pockets.
Jacob, for this episode, we had to make sure we figure out some way to incorporate Hot Topic, Costco. We have to do some type of joke with them.
Perfect. Isn't your summer so hot? Go to Hot Topic. They probably have that already.
Oh, they probably do.
I feel like corporate scum. I need to go get some water after this episode.
I will make you a sellout soon, Jacob.
Oh, goodness. I would sell out, sure. That's why I think I hate sellouts so much, is because I know I'd do the same.
Yeah, I would. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, I think it's human nature, and I think that self-loathing is just part of it.
I mean, like, okay, I think there's a difference. If you're a sellout, as in the way that you are willing to do stuff for, like, money, but it doesn't directly conflict with your moral compass.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is your morals.
Yeah, like, I see nothing wrong with that. But see, the thing is, if it doesn't conflict with your moral compass, but yet you're still doing something that you probably wouldn't normally do, like, it doesn't conflict with your moral compass at all, it's still okay.
Yeah.
But it's not something that you normally do, people would consider you a sellout. But to me, I think that's perfectly fine. So what, you're willing to do this for money? Big deal. Like, you're willing to go to a job every single day, even though you hate it.
Yeah, but the goal of YouTube is to entertain me. I'm the hero here. I don't care about producers. I'm being tongue-in-cheek, by the way. Being a little facetious.
So the last thing I have, and I don't know, it's not really, I don't have a don't you know for it, and I don't really have a discussion for it, but I feel like summer break, it should, like, it's a big part of summer break, and we should have some type of discussion of Subway, or don't you know for this in some way.
Oh, I thought you said a discussion of Subway. I was like, are you getting us corporate sponsors again? Sorry, go on.
No, you did that, Jacob.
I know.
You sell out.
Oh, man, I almost didn't make the joke.
Go take a shower. So, in some way we need to mention, summer flings.
Summer flings. Ah, that took a turn. Good note to end on, sure.
I guess so. I don't really have any, I've never had a summer fling, so I don't really know anything about it, but
I've never had any fling whatsoever. That's not true.
But, I mean, that is a big thing. I mean, just think about Greece, you know, the huge summer fling thing, and it turns out, like, they end up going to the same school.
I've never seen it. I never knew that happened. I actually just realized I never knew the plot of the movie.
They have a whole part that's, like, all about a summer fling that they had. Like, they have a song and everything about the summer fling.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
I just assumed they met somebody out in the town. I didn't know they were talking about a summer fling.
Even before they go into the song, they're like, he's like, oh yeah, it has summer fling.
I've only ever seen few parts mentioned of the song. I've literally never seen the movie.
So, if we're doing our Don't You Knows based off of Greece, I guess the Don't You Know for summer fling would be, don't you know, make sure that you aren't going to run into them after summer in some way.
I mean, if you really hit it off.
It worked out for them, I guess, you know?
I don't know. No, but I mean, sometimes you got to establish your ground rules. You got to say, hey, look, we're going to be professional, maybe. I don't know. Are you here for a good time or a long time? I'm here for whatever I can get.
So I guess if you have any Don't You Knows for summer fling, since apparently Jacob and I don't know anything about it, that is appropriate, let's not go too crazy, then go ahead and send us a tweet or an email. Don't get blocked, don't get reported for whatever you're going to send us.
Don't make Raquel blush.
Oh, it's too late, my face is red. But it's not from the topic, it's just because it's sunburnt. Oh, now it's from the topic. Not kidding.
I'm trying to think any summer flings I've had. I guess I had. They're at camp. That's how it always goes.
That's a big point. Oh, we didn't even talk about camp. Summer camp is a big part of summer break.
I literally have worked at a summer camp. I was a counselor. We did blacksmithing and rock climbing walls through my 2 stations.
I did summer camp at what am I thinking? What is it called? Four Leaf? What was it? But you know what I'm talking about, right? The, like, biggest camp in summer camp in Georgia. It's like no idea. Because it has, like, the four-leaf clover thing, but I can't remember what it's called now.
I don't know.
But they have, like, tons of camps all over. That's, like, the only type of camp that I can remember that I did, summer camp. And it was super fun.
They are so much fun.
Yeah. Don't you know, like, have a lot of fun while you're at summer camp. Don't think of it as kind of like, I don't know, I had a lot of fun. I was just happy to be able to go. I think it was either my mom or grandma were actually able, I didn't think I would be able to afford to go because we didn't really have money like that and I knew it was expensive, but I really wanted to go, so I asked. And I guess because I don't ask for a lot of stuff, my mom and probably my grandma figured out something for me
to be able to
afford to
go. Good on them. Yeah, because that is such a good thing, making those memories, because if you just sit down and play video games all summer, you get done and you're like, oh, what did you do? And you're like, oh, I beat a few games or something. And yeah, you might care at the time, but man, I've never looked back fondly on beating games. Sometimes I do, but it's much better
My
to have
brother would disagree with you. That's all he's done for his summer vacation right now is play video games at my mom's.
Gotta go to the beach, go see the mountains or something. I don't know. Now you got time. You'll regret it later.
I don't think he will.
I don't know. That being said, even when you get older, you can always make things happen if you want it enough.
So, I had a lot of fun.
Remember those skateboarders. You have to be willing to suffer to finally land that big trick you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe that means a trip to Greece. See? Hey, talking about Greece now.
Grease lightning! Trying to think if there's any other don't you knows for summer camp. Don't you know, don't touch the poison ivy. I guess. I don't know.
It's an allergy. I used to not be allergic to it. When I was down in Florida for one of my summer vacations, I worked at a zipline place.
There are people like that, though, that aren't allergic to it.
I used to be like that. And it's also a tolerance to it. So you can wear down your tolerance, which was what happened. Because I went out with this one guy. We were looking for caves. And we both went through the same stuff, walked through the same trees, climbed the same rocks and stuff. And he ended up covered in something poisony, and I didn't. And so I was immune to that. But one day, years and years later, I got a bunch of poison ivy all over. Not all over, but a few spots.
Now, here's the thing, though, is that poison ivy and poison oak are two different things.
They
look the very same.
Yeah.
So maybe you're not allergic to one, but you're allergic to the other.
And that's possibly what it was, yeah. Because I don't know what I got into.
Because, I've gotten poison ivy before. Mm-hmm. And they told me it was poison ivy. But when they had a pamphlet showing, I noticed the poison oak, a plant for the poison oak, that I thought looked very similar to a plant that was near our daycare, not daycare, our after school program.
Gotcha.
Near the fence. And that plant looked very similar to the one there.
You're climbing the fence trying to get out, huh?
Of course.
It's the great escape.
You can't keep me caged.
Throwing a mattress over the barbed wire. Your timeout sleeping bag.
Oh.
Your sniper towers with tranquilizer darts. How old's that kid? She's a 5th grader. Alright, I'm gonna need a vial and a half. Just drop pass out.
So, but they said I have poison ivy, so it went away, so it doesn't even matter, I guess. As long as it went away.
Don't you know, if you scratch it and itch somewhere else, it's going to spread. That's how it works. Read into that as much as you want. Let's say it was a rough summer.
Don't you know that honeysuckles are the best for summer? I love honeysuckles.
I've never really tried them.
That's why they're by the fence. I always go to the fence during after school because a lot of them had honeysuckles right there on the edge of the fence. One of the times they yelled at us and said, "Don't eat those!" Because I guess, they're not exactly... Because they could get stuff sprayed on. They could have pesticides sprayed on.
Yeah, exactly.
You could get sick and it's on their watch because they let you eat a plant.
Yeah, or some kid gets the wrong plant and, poisons himself. Or is allergic and doesn't know it. And, sarsaparilla, have you ever had that? It's the stuff they make root beer out of.
No, I don't think I have, other than in root beer.
It's a root, and you'd be walking through the forest and you smell root beer, and you'd be like, what is that? And you find there's this you smell the plant smells like it, you pull up the root and you can chew on the root. It's pretty good.
No, because I don't go through the forest. I'm afraid of ticks and spiders and snakes.
Ticks aren't so bad. Spiders aren't so bad either. Snakes aren't so bad.
I can't tell the difference between a poisonous snake and a poisonous spider, so therefore they're all poisonous just to be safe.
You could learn. You could get smarter, learn about your world, your environment.
I'll just avoid them. I live in the city. It don't matter.
Ignorance is bliss, huh?
You can't learn everything in the world, so you have to prioritize what's important, what's not. I live in the city. I don't need to know what's dangerous, snake or not.
You need to learn about dangerous people.
Maybe a spider. Yeah, I need to learn self-defense.
Yeah, there you go. How to tase someone.
Mm-hmm. And ticks, okay, so what freaks me out about ticks
are gross. They really are gross.
Yeah, they're gross, and then also, you have to be careful when you remove them, because if you don't get the head too, then they can bury into your skin.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not good,
idea,
but you just go slow and pull them out, they let go.
Yeah.
They don't want their head to get ripped off.
So to me, it's just oh, no. Just don't want to deal with that. I don't need to go into the forest. It's okay.
Forest. That's where all the fun is. That's where all the people aren't. Because all the people who don't want to get bit by ticks. Those divas.
Okay, let's go ahead and wrap up. We're at a good point. We had our articles. We got a lot of don't you knows. We had a lot of jokes. Mostly at Jacob's expense. He's a good target.
As long as somebody's laughing.
Mm-hmm. Okay then. So, if you liked us, or if you at least liked me and not. If you didn't like Jacob, that's okay. Don't forget to share. Please share. Get the word out. We really appreciate it. I can't really actually tell if you do share it, but...
Oh, we get the views and stuff. We know we get views.
Yeah. So just know that we still appreciate you, though. Don't forget to follow us. You can follow us on Spotify. I can't actually tell how many followers we have on Spotify.
I don't think you can. Well, maybe. I think you can. You can add it to playlists and stuff.
Yeah.
Add it to your radio.
So, if you follow us on Spotify and haven't said, hey, thanks for following, I don't actually, send a personal email, but if we haven't, said on the podcast, hey, we have a new follower or whatever, I'm sorry. I guess I need to look into that. So, you can follow us on Spotify, you can follow us on Twitter, you can follow us on Podbean.
There you go.
And then you can also send us a tweet or email.
I love tweets and emails. I think they're so much fun. Right now, go do it. Just send us an email. Whatever's on your head. Think of something dumb. Just mess with us.
And you can do that, or you can send us...
It would be really fun, though.
You can send us your Don't You Knows, or you can send us suggestions that you'd like us to do. Our Twitter handle is Don't You Know Pod, and our email is don'tyouknowpod@gmail. So, that's all we have today. So until next time, guys, bye!
Bye!